What's going on, everyone? It's Riley here, and I'm back with another quick little haul video. I got a small package from In Stock Trades, and this is, I think, going to be the last In Stock Trades for the month. And then I've got my pre-orders of Manga would be my next haul video, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, so I've got a couple of things here, some cool books that came in, that came out just recently, just 3 little books here. The first one, this is Taskmaster, The Right Price. So this new collection for Taskmaster collects 2 separate Taskmaster miniseries, the 2002 miniseries and the 2010 miniseries. The 2002 is by Ken Soo-chong with Udon, and they introduced that version of Taskmaster that we see in, for instance, like the Deadpool and the Agent X stuff by Gail Simone. This is where you might have seen that version of Taskmaster designed by Udon. And then we have the 2010 is written by Fred Van Lente, and that was during this era, the Secret Avengers era, where Steve Rogers was not Captain America anymore, but he was back after the whole Return of Captain America arc and Captain America Reborn event. As well, it has Marvel Comics Presents #2 from 2007 and Age of Heroes #3. So a decent amount of little material for this trade paperback. It has a cover price of $24.99. Now, the 2002 miniseries has not been collected anywhere before. At least I'm pretty sure that that's correct. The second one, though, was collected in this Unthinkable trade paperback. This has the 4-issue miniseries plus Age of Heroes #3. And then the back cover here is actually the same as the front cover on this one. And this one is actually pretty hard to find. This one has become really rare on the secondhand market and stuff like that. So if you were never able to find a copy of this one, you missed out on it after it came out, then good news, this is going to be perfect for you. Or if you were someone that had purchased this one before, but you do want that older 2002 miniseries, this is also a really good pickup for y'all, for people like myself. So anyway, that was the first one. And if you're curious about the character because of the upcoming Black Widow movie, this is a perfect paperback to pick up. There was also, I think, earlier in March, another Taskmaster trade paperback released that was basically a classic collection of a bunch of his classic appearances in other series. So that's out there for people who like those types of collections, but for me, that's not really my thing. I prefer just the thing that has the mini-series in it. Anyway, moving on, the second paperback that I have from this week is Captain America Epic Collection Volume 18, Blood and Glory. This collects issues 398 through 410 of Captain America, as well as Punisher / Captain America Blood and Glory #1 through 3. So this is another piece of the Mark Grunwald era of Captain America. This, I think, largely was uncollected, so this is a really nice one to have right now. And I pulled my other Grunwald trades out to show kind of where it fits. So Grunwald's run started somewhere, I think it was issue 307, and that's collected in this first, this Society of Serpents. This is volume 12 of the Captain America Epic Collections. Following Society of Serpents, we do have volume 13 available, and that is Justice is Served. And then we do not have volume 14, but there was a trade paperback which collects pretty much everything that would be volume 14. And that is titled Captain America the Captain. That one is pretty hard to find, so I'm hoping that they'll release a Epic Volume 14 at some point in the near future, just to help people who didn't pick it up before fill that gap. And then Volume 15 is the Bloodstone Hunt. This one's a little thicker. And then after that, we do have Volume 16, Streets of Poison. And Volume 17 is Superior Stratagem. And then that, of course, is followed with Volume 18, the most recent one that just came out. I think Volume 22 is the beginning of Mark Waid's run, and possibly the last of the Epic Collections for Captain America. So that means that was 18, so 19, 20, and 21 would pretty much wrap up Mark Grunwald's run. So we're getting pretty close. This is how many? volume 6 epic collections for Grunwald so far, plus volumes 15 and those other 3, so a total of 10, which makes sense because he had a pretty lengthy run. So we'll see about those. I don't think an additional one has been announced just yet. I think this is the last one that we've seen solicited so far for Grunwald. And the big book for this week, and one that I was really excited about since it was announced, was the Marvel's 25th anniversary oversized hardcover. Now, surprisingly enough, to myself as well, I've never read Marvels. So I was really happy to see that this new oversized hardcover edition was coming out. I was very excited to be able to pick it up because I've considered buying like that 10th anniversary one for a while, but this one does come with some extra material. I'll show in a second exactly everything. And there's a couple things that I really like about it. It does have a really cool cover. I like the way that the spine looks. Nowhere on the front or the spine does it say it's the 25th anniversary edition, which is really cool because I want it to seem like it has a permanent spot in my collection and not like something where I'm like, oh, like Final Crisis Omnibus 10th anniversary, for instance. It's kind of weird because next year it won't any longer be the 25th anniversary. So they do have a little stamp on the back, though, that states that it's the 25th anniversary edition. So 25 years ago, we got Marvels. This collects the entire 4-issue miniseries plus issue 0. And then there was a Marvels epilogue that was released, I think, in 2019. And that is collected in this hardcover as well. Now you can see from just looking at the pages, the top less than half is all of the like story content. The bottom part is the complete script for the entire series of Marvels. And then there's a bunch of other materials such as photo reference, annotations from the annotated editions that came out in 2019. And so I'm trying to get to some of because I know there's a bunch of sketch work in there as well. So yeah, we have all the material from the annotated editions that came out in 2019, and then we have the scripts of all 4 issues, and we have sketch work as well from Alex Ross himself, showing off a bunch of his processes as far as designing the characters and doing the artwork goes. So it's a very cool book that has just a ton of material throughout it. So it's a lot to enjoy for both new fans like myself or existing fans who are going back and wanting to get a new edition that just has some cool added material. So that's really neat. There's also a cover gallery at the back because as well as there being a ton of different, issues and printings and whatnot for Marvels itself, and a bunch of different art from magazines, like this is from Wizard, that Alex Ross did. There was also a bunch of, here's like one of the trade paperback covers. There was a bunch of Marvel's 25th anniversary variant covers that came out early this year and stuff like that. So this is a collection as well of all of those variant covers that had came from other artists to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Now, I also pulled off of my shelf, well, I didn't have Marvels. I do have the companion. So this actually collects some more Marvel stuff. So if you are reading this, and I'm about to experience this for the first time, so I'm excited about that. But I bought this as soon as I saw that this got solicited. It can still be found for pretty cheap. And this collects a bunch of the supplemental material that came out around or after Marvels. Has Tales of the Marvels Blockbuster, Inner Demons, and Wonder Years 1 through 2. Code of Honor 1 through 4, Conspiracy 1 and 2, and Ruins 1 and 2 by a whole host of different writers and artists. In addition, I don't have this, but there's also the sequel Marvel's Eye of the Beholder, or Eye of the Camera, I forget what exactly it was called. And then right now, Marvel's also releasing a miniseries, Marvel's X, which is supposed to bridge the Marvel's story to the Earth X trilogy. And then they're also releasing a new miniseries called Marvel and a bunch of one-shots called Marvel's Snapshot that focus on a bunch of different characters. So I bring that up because I feel like, depending on the success of all this other stuff, there's definitely possibility for them to expand on something like this and combine it with the sequel that I mentioned, all the material from the companion volume here, and then all of the new stuff, and give us possibly, and I don't know if this is overkill, but give us a Marvel's omnibus sometime in the future. But you guys know me being the omnibus collector, that's how I think. I think about, oh, that could be an omnibus, that could be an omnibus. So yeah, anyway, I'm really excited to finally read Marvels for the first time. This is going to be a really exciting thing for me. And I know I mentioned to like Omar and Jess and stuff that I'd never read Marvels before. And both of them were very surprised and I think excited for me to finally experience that. Anyway, that was this week's haul. Not very big, just the 3 books, but 3 very exciting books nonetheless. There were 2 other Omnis that were scheduled for release this year this week, last week, this month, that I was planning on grabbing, but those are delayed until April. That will be Wolverine, the reprint of that classic omnibus, and the J. Michael Straczynski Spider-Man Volume 2. So those are 2 that'll be exciting to grab in the near future, whenever they do wind up coming out, I think in April. But until next time, this is what I got for you all this week. I hope that you guys are staying safe and staying healthy out there, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.